Okay. What's going on, guys? Welcome to Doubletap Live. This is Mash Those Buttons podcast dedicated to the FGC. And for those that are watching live on Twitch, thank you for joining me. I am your host. At least I'm supposed to be one of your hosts for this episode. I don't know where my other host has gone. Came fresh out of Florida. Oh.
Back, man. Oh, I'm getting cut off.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. Oh, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Join your vacay.
I am back from CEO. I was stuck in Atlanta for a while.
Oh, I heard you weren't the only one.
That's
apparently.
okay. I messed up my sunglasses, but that's okay.
It's all good.
Messed up
It's
my
all good.
sunglasses entrance. How you doing, guys? Sorry
Welcome.
I'm late. I'm panting.
Yeah.
I'm back.
Nice shirt.
Ta-da. Thank you. Ta-da.
Oh, I thought you had another one. Look at
I know
you.
I didn't. The mix-up game is real.
Okay. All right.
But I was stuck in Atlanta, like many others were.
Apparently.
Apparently so.
CEO had some
that
issues,
plan
huh?
has failed.
Okay.
It's okay.
We'll talk.
But-
We're going to talk about that. Where you've been at? Why you seem to have taken in a little bit more sun?
Yeah.
Looks kind of bad right now. Oh God. All right. What's going on,
It's
guys?
not evened out,
Welcome.
okay? Leave me
A
alone.
little bit. Welcome, guys. Welcome to the show. This is Double Tap Live, episode 89 on the podcast, episode 13 here on the
Live?
Nerd Street Gamers
Oh.
Twitch page right here. We are live. Like I said earlier, I am Crash Tag. I am half of this show's eclectic talent.
Yes.
And, of course, I'm joined with Gabriel, a.k.a. Static Gorilla, fresh off the
Meza.
boat. Eclectic. Thank you, voice in my head for that one.
I should have corrected you too.
So yes, welcome for those that are new to the show. If you haven't heard of us before, haven't listened before, this is a podcast dedicated to the fighting game community. Everything from tech to drama to new releases and news, of course, general, and as you're going to hear today, tournament coverage, of course, because we
Right,
like to
that's right.
travel. We are the World Warriors, apparently.
Yes.
Because we got some big plans coming up too. We're going to talk about that in a little bit, but yeah, you're going to see us all over the place.
Yeah. Ooh.
For those
I got to get back into the groove. I've been in airplanes all along, so.
and vans and bus rides, right?
Oh goodness, yes.
Yeah, it's definitely a struggle to compete. But for those that are new, thank you again for listening and for tuning in this week. You can check us out this show on Twitter. You can reach out to us at DoubletapFGC, and of course you should follow not only this show, but you should follow the Nerd Street Gamers N3RD ST Gamers on Twitter as well. For the other ones that are hosting and producing this show for you guys right here that are live. And, of course, follow Mash Those Buttons on Twitter as well at MTV Site if you are one of our usual or brand new podcast listeners. We've got a pretty good show going on today. It's actually, we kind of were like, I don't want to say we were in a rut, but, there are times where news kind of leads up. The closer we get to
Yeah.
EVO, companies like to kind of dial down a little bit.
It was
yeah.
a dry spring. So
Yes,
it was rainy
yes,
here in
yes.
Philadelphia.
Yeah. No, actually, no, not like 2 days ago. It was about 100-something degrees out
I
here.
was not here. I was in CEO enjoying the nice, sunny, not muggy weather.
Yeah, it was pretty dry up here. But yeah, so we got some good updates on some new characters that are out.
Yes.
Some plans from certain companies that they want to release some content as well. Like I said, we have your coverage for CEO coming up as well.
Yeah.
And we have a couple. It's back. The mods are back. I know we didn't have any last week. It's just just couldn't find anything that was. Not to say there aren't. There's like so many mods out there. I kind of try to keep it within a certain standard. So yeah.
Yeah.
But
I can't wait for the mods.
Yeah.
That's at the end. Stick around.
Yes, definitely. So it's at the end. Yeah, it's right here, the
Yeah.
bottom one. There
Oh,
you
wow.
go.
Yes.
Mods wish back. There you go.
Yes. Over there.
That way. Yeah. Thank you.
Yes, no problem.
It's good to have you back.
No, I'm good to be back. Even though, wait, what?
Technically,
What's your
actually,
face?
between shows, there's been no breaks without you, so it wouldn't seem like you weren't gone. But
Oh, yeah. I was
Yeah.
gone for the weekend. There was Gopher Broke. If you guys,
yes,
Did
if you
not
guys
come
tuned
through
in on
that.
that one, you saw some awesome Tekken games that
Oh.
were going on. Shout out to the collective. Yeah, they came out pretty strong. Right now, they kind of own the house.
I mean, I did watch some good Tekken in CEO too. but
CEO
I missed
did
the
have some
Tekken here.
amazing
Yeah.
Tekken
I
as
should
well.
have been in the stream. I'm sorry. I was busy. I wouldn't remember what Saturday night was about. Don't worry, I wasn't partying.
This is what he likes to say. See, Static likes to portray this whole image of him not doing much, but look at the shirt. The shirt says it all. This guy's a
I'm
monster.
Big party animal.
Yeah, ridiculous party animal.
I can't remember what I did Saturday, but I'll let you know.
As soon as you figure it out.
Yes.
All right, cool. Okay, so we're just going to jump right into it with our Fighters Corner. This is when we're going to talk about all our different fighting games that are out there, any kind of news that's popping up for anything that's unreleased, something that's been announced. So
Sorry, I just remembered.
what?
I went 0 2
All right,
in
what
Marvel
was
3.
it?
Sorry.
You went 0
I
2
went
and
0 2 in Marvel 3. Yeah, it was bad.
that's pretty bad.
Then
Bro.
anyway. pizza.
All right, we'll talk about that. We'll
Sorry,
talk about it in
sorry,
your
sorry,
segment,
sorry.
all right? I know you want to just come out here and just be like, yo, this is what I did.
Yeah.
This is how I got bodied, because apparently that's the name of the game.
No. Keep going. Come on.
Okay,
Come on.
all right,
Enough
yeah.
about me.
We'll wait till our travel segment, or rather our World Warrior segment.
Yes.
So Snk Heroines got a new trailer that's been released for a new
Exciting.
character. So her name is,
Muimui.
there you go. I thought is that the pronunciation?
That's what I'm reading.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
That's what I read when I see her. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So she's been announced. If you actually haven't noticed what this character's from, she's originally from Dragon Gals is the SNK property she was originally from until she actually came way through to KOF. But she's in KOF 14. You kind of can't like notice. You can't recognize her
it looks
here.
like she's wearing the dress of the.
I'm not sure.
It
Well,
is.
don't worry. We'll figure that out in a sec. But yeah, no,
blonde
the
from, KOF
lowly
14.
girl, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I cannot remember her name either. But maybe that's the point. I mean, we have characters like
Can we rewind
Kula.
that just a
She's
bit?
wearing.
Does she have an air dash? Like,
Yes,
like
she has an
Dragon
air
Ball?
dash. The air dash is actually very real right now.
She has her original outfit. Yeah,
Yes.
I love original outfits.
So like I said, it's no difference that you can see her wearing some other character's outfit. Like
Yeah.
I said, Kula's running Angel's outfit here, but yeah, she's looking pretty
She
combo
totally just
heavy,
had Karen Super too.
kind of. But she does have like combos for days, and that air dash, like that was pretty militant. That was
Not
actually
just that.
pretty far.
Yeah, it was.
That
Look
foot,
at
that was her forward foot, but it's
And
like her
it crossed
toe.
up.
It's her toe that's hitting. Yeah,
Yeah.
from her other leg.
And she's a small character.
Yeah.
Watch, keep going. Let's look at the other. Do you see that air dash? Here
That
it comes
was-
again.
That was pretty gross.
Oh, I don't think it's coming again.
No. But yeah, so she got announced. But this isn't actually much news for those that have been watching the show or listening to us.
There it is.
Yeah. So we saw the trophy list that actually was released
Yes.
for this game, and it was the big thing that Terry's in this game for some reason.
Yeah.
And if you notice in there, it was like if you beat the game with a certain team, it was Terry and her were actually in that same trophy listing. So it was
They were the
already
last characters we haven't
they were
seen yet.
exactly. They're the last two that we haven't actually seen a reveal trailer to, even though we know they're in it. Terry is still kind of up in the air because speculation is, it's a gender bent Terry. Obviously well known, probably one of the most popular characters from SNK, versus it being some girl named Terry.
Now, I don't remember. Are these characters unlockable?
From
Do we know if
the
they're any
get go,
unlocked characters?
I don't know, because I know that from the premise of the game, it starts with two specific characters, which is Kula and
Athena?
Athena. Thank you.
Okay.
I was like really blanking hard.
That's okay.
Like it has to do with them in a mansion getting knocked out, and this is a dream sequence. That's why it's non-canon. That's why everything could be weird, which is why they're talking about Terry could potentially be a gender bent, because it's a
Are we
it's a
allowed to
what
have that
if
screen on
story.
for a whole long time, or
What's up?
Are we allowed to have that screen up for a while? No.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. I have no problem with it. But are you uncomfortable? I'm perfectly fine.
No, I am.
I'm okay.
I'm
okay with it.
It's just really hard to talk to them. No,
Yeah.
just
Oh
kidding.
wow. You had to be that guy. All right, but yeah. So she's been announced. That only leaves one other character left over. Like I said, it was gonna be Terry.
Can we look at the silhouette real quick? Like, I really.
You just said
curious.
you were curious on whether or not this outfit. Well, you know what? There we go. We have a perfect.
It's again.
Right
Everybody has
there.
another person's outfit on,
Correct.
and I think it's Leona's outfit.
Oh, good
Yeah.
point. Good point.
Yeah.
Even though
Let's
she does
see
have
if
that
we
outfit in
figure.
this game, I believe.
Oh, Leona. Yeah, but I mean, of course, is Angel and Athena in?
Angel is
Leona.
not in it.
Angel's not in. Oh, okay.
No,
So that's why her
Kula's
outfit-
wearing.
That's why
Angel's,
Kula's wearing her
exactly,
outfit. Okay.
exactly.
So, like, are there any other outfits that are or characters that aren't in it that outfit could be?
the reason
Chat,
why
let us know.
the reason why Terry also makes sense is because
Yeah.
they've seen there's been like in a random, I cannot remember which SNK game it was, but there was already like a gender bent Terry that was like being shown off, and she looked
Sure it
a
wasn't
lot like
Alice?
that.
Like we said before, or not Alice? Is it Alice?
I don't think it was
I'm
Alice.
so sorry. It's been a while since I played KOF 14.
Yeah, it's a lot to kind of dig deep for these obscure characters at times, but it's all
How
right.
dare you? No, just
We'll find out. We'll find out regardless. So,
Yeah.
I mean, Evo's right around the corner. I'm
this is
assuming.
why
I'm assuming they're just gonna
comments,
release it then.
tweets. Huh?
Was about
Well, they can
comments
let us
and
know through comments.
Oh
and
yeah,
tweets,
definitely. You can
know,
yell at
correct
us through
yeah.
comments and tweets. No problem. I
Let
got
us
no
know
issue.
So that next week we can be like, this guy. We can shout you out. This guy.
Yeah,
right.
right. There you go. Correct.
or
Correct.
gal.
So there is still a release on it for September 7th.
I don't know why I felt like this was sooner.
Oh, the game?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. Let
Okay.
me see something real quick. Oh, actually, you know what?
So, all right. Well, that's pretty cool. I'm kind of hyped for the game. It's coming out for Switch and what else? No, not Switch. Is it Switch or is it 3DS?
I think it's coming out for several things. No, not 3DS. It's
Aw.
PS. It's the PS4.
PS4.
Yep.
Why did I always think
But the
it
Switch
was-
is getting it as well.
Yeah,
the
that's
Switch
what
is getting
was.
it as
yeah,
well.
Yeah, because we talked about it being on the Switch, and I remember that. That's why I thought Nintendo was having it. Okay,
Yeah.
awesome.
All right. So with that, actually, that's really it for SNK. Like I said, I'm expecting Evo announcement for it's like, oh, finally the whole roster, yada yada. Because I think it was even Evo last year is when they first announced it. I want to say.
Evo Japan.
Oh, you're right. Evo Japan. So it was like about 6 months ago. Yep.
Yeah, remember we took photos.
Yeah, we were there. Yeah, we were
Mai
there.
And
No, they had announced it right before Evo Japan.
yes,
Because Evo Japan was gonna be the first one where you can find the build
and the stickers.
Yeah, I had to get a couple of
And
those
we
for the
had
homies.
Nakaru
Shout outs to
cosplay and
Shakugan.
My cosplay.
Oh, that's
Ooh.
right. Yeah, there's
Mhm.
there's footage of all that.
Yeah.
In Static Gorilla's like
No.
vault.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
Anyway, so
There is DOA news.
there is.
Yes.
What news of the OA
It's
came up?
playable at Evo.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so there you go.
No,
Dead
I
or
just feel
Alive.
like there's gonna be some sort of reveal at Evo.
There's no reason
Yeah.
why they shouldn't. I mean, E3, like I said, that was kind of blindsided. No one was expecting it. No one thought at all that Dead or Alive 6 was even going to be a thing, or at least not for a couple of years, considering how they said their goodbyes to final round
yeah.
or last round. Was it last round or
It
final
was
round?
NEC.
No. I'm
Oh,
saying last round was the name of the
last
actual.
round was the
Yep.
game. And that was at NEC.
NEC, yes,
Mhm.
it was out here because Biggie, big ties with them.
Yeah, man.
Always pushed
Team
for
Nation.
the DOA team, and he always just ran it. So
I
yeah,
agree.
they kind of felt that it was fitting for them to say goodbye then. But now, what? 6 months later, 8 months later, I think, something like that.
December 7.
Yeah,
7 months.
it's like,
8
oh
months,
hey,
yeah.
we
It's
got
like,
another
ah.
one. We got another one.
Which I am not complaining about. So
You
I'm
say
excited.
goodbye and I say hello,
Yeah.
kind of deal, right?
yeah, okay. Lyrics. Okay.
I try.
Fighting EX Layer is out, and I
Yes,
still haven't bought it.
people are
How
playing
dare
it for
I.
sure.
No, I've been a CEO. I couldn't. I've been busy. I could not turn on my PS4, but I did see people playing. I see a lot of people are talking about Blair. A lot of people
So
are
first of
talking
all,
about, yeah,
just
sorry,
put
go
it
ahead.
put it right
Sorry,
there.
sorry.
Blair is the Cammy of the game.
Really?
I just want to state it right
I'm
on the
just
spot.
hearing that people are saying who's good and who's been
Blair
most
is
used.
Blair is always been like that Cammy like archetype. So
Yeah.
being how strong Cammy is right now in Street Fighter 5,
Right.
For some reason Blair seems to have just been able to translate that over to her own game. So like you said, yeah, Flex is out.
There've
People
been,
are playing it.
Yeah, there've been some data about top ranked player, or not top ranked, but top ranked characters. Characters have been used in ranked, and at the top of the list, Blair. Yeah, at the bottom of the list is Hokuto, Shirase, and Garuda.
Really?
Garuda's down there, like most unused, and I'm surprised by that. Who doesn't want to use a guy with spikes?
Yeah, he was like the equivalent. He's Arika's version of Akuma
Mhm.
in that game
Yeah.
too. So that's already like, oh, he could be kind of busted.
Right. Or
That's
at
that's
least
surprising.
I remember him.
I thought
being down there.
Shirase was gonna be kind of good.
Mhm.
I guess I was wrong on that, but we don't know.
But-
It's very
but
early. On.
These are just
Yeah.
usage.
Oh,
online,
okay,
So it could
okay.
be just difficult.
It's just exactly. It's
At the
whoever
same
has
time,
the easiest
I'm
entryway.
hearing that Hokuto is probably worse in the game and worse than Shirase. So you would think they would make a character that's only exclusive to your to the full package actually be a lot better.
You would think
You would
if
think.
all the DLC characters could just
Yeah.
be good.
And then the Goji decks I hear are actually changing the game.
Well, yeah,
Like, it's really good. Like
it's
it makes it actually competitive. I mean, I
Go-
remember at the start it was always you try to avoid, you try to 3-0 your opponent so that you can avoid them getting
anything.
all the way
Yeah,
up there,
exactly.
And if not, if you get it already to just I have 2 rounds, they have 1 round, they could just steamroll you. 'Cause
Yeah,
you get
it
invincibility.
is.
Sorry, I'm not letting you talk.
No, it's all good. It's all good, bro. I'm letting you rant. You've been away.
Yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's been interesting because the Gogi decks instantly translate for me to like the equivalent to loadouts
Yes.
or what is it?
loadouts from
Not loadouts.
Groups?
Variations
Okay,
from
variation.
MKX.
Okay, yeah, we talked
Because
about that.
depending on what the variation you pick, your playstyle dictated different things. Here, it's still the same. It's the same concept, but not executed the same way. As in, you still have the entire character kit is the same no matter what Gogi deck you have, right? It's just a certain play style within that kit gets emphasized a little bit more, such as, what is it, Ghost for Blair is like a big thing because she has setups on knockdown, and then when you forward dash and you have Ghost active, your character becomes invisible, which
Not
then
invisible.
So that shit becomes super dirty, super fast. Yeah, exactly. The Hades one, I think, is the hyper armor, where you just have infinite armor.
Sure, Durran or Jack can use that.
So Doctrine Dark is another one which I'm hearing he's really, really good. There was a video I saw online and people were actually going nuts when they realized they thought hyper armor kind of scaled moves as well, the same way that if you continue a combo, it scales, so it won't do as much damage as a Fierce does if you did one Fierce versus your third Fierce, right? It was shown online on Twitter. I saw it on my feed where, like, remember, hyper armor does not scale. And Doctrine Dark had hyper armor, had the Hades Gogi deck active, so he had complete hyper armor. Like, no matter what you hit him with, his move was coming out. The problem with that, he fought a Hokuto, and she has the arrow super. She arrow supered him, and he was in the middle of a move. So his move was like however many frames, but for every frame, it's like hyper armor. So he was still eating the entire super every time, every frame. So his life was just like melting because he was stuck in it, and it was like every frame you were getting hit with the entire super. So it's just like, yeah, you're dead. Yeah, it's cool because it shows like, wow, infinite armor, that's super OD. Like, I'm like gonna win every time. But that's like, well, no, if you get caught, kind of like Red Focus in Street Fighter 4, you get enough hits, like, sure, you can infinite through it, but what's the point of infinite throwing a super that you're kind of stuck in, and then you have all this great health? Now it's like one hit, you're dead.
But is that a glitch, or is that
I am not sure. I mean, it makes sense to me if you have infinite armor, like I don't know if it's supposed to happen per frame. Like, that's like kind of the gray area for me. But yeah, I saw that and I was like, my jaw instantly dropped. Like, wow, that's funny. And the cool thing is, it's only 1 weekend, so we're gonna find all kinds of weird stuff that's gonna start happening.
I think they were already talking about patching or fixing.
Yes.
A little bit.
So so Arca did post, or rather they had been tweeted out about any plans for arcade mode in it, like maybe a story, other options like returning to training stage after ranked matches, as we see here, and they actually answered that they have like a roadmap on deck of content. Of course, they want to support the game with, but they want to announce. They have apparently plans to announce something at Evo, which is good. So maybe the game's out, but then Evo's like, this is where we're gonna take it. Like, you got it basically started from a demo, and it's like, here's like the bare minimum of it, but we have a lot going down the line. Which some people are like, well, hey, that's not cool because you pay a certain amount for a full game, right? You expect the full game experience.
Now, that's where I was going to go next. You just took my
sorry
idea.
about that.
No,
well, the first thing I thought, it was like, oh, remember Street Fighter? Street Fighter didn't have a lot of these. And Capcom got like crucified for it, right?
Yeah, but because they were an actual full game and they didn't they weren't beta. Yeah, but they weren't beta test. They promised us a game.
Yeah.
And we got bare bones. This might be bare bones, but again, you have the option, $40, $60. And if you want to support a good game that they've been working on gameplay for over a year, go ahead.
And B, through Z, Capcom company versus Arica. The amount of people alone that worked on it is vastly different.
Yeah.
They had a much higher budget. This wasn't a fan-funded or anything like that. It was just a beta that decided as an April Fool's, like, oh, okay, it can actually become something.
Popular.
Exactly.
This is a popularity.
So a part of me is like, hey, full game. Well, you're not paying the full game price, luckily. But B, considering the amount of development team that they probably had on this was far lower than Street Fighter. Street Fighter had no excuse to
what they're
come out
basically
like that.
saying is, buyer, here's the game.
Yeah.
You buy it, you support it, we'll support it. If there's enough support, we will definitely. And listen, Street Fighter had the support and still did nothing with it.
Good point. Good point. So they're saying around Evo. That doesn't necessarily mean at Evo, but maybe right before or even right after, once it's all settled. Right. They'll make an announcement as like, hey, here's this patch for story. They might go to Capcom like, here's a big patch. It's going to add story. It's going to add whatever.
I honestly hope that there's not some sort of like world tour or some sort of like big tournament thing they want to make for it at the moment. Like, unless,
I think they're going to go the same route.
Yeah, as Capcom Pro Tours?
As not Capcom, as
Tekken,
Arxis,
Dragon Ball,
where they're
Arxis.
gonna just let the community do their thing. Even though Arxis did
Yeah.
kind of do it in a very short amount of time, but it's because they weren't sure if people were gonna support the game like that. I mean, it's Dragon Ball. It's gonna be popular. It's gonna get supported for that. But competitive wise, was it gonna be supported? And it is, and people like it and are enjoyable. So they were like, oh, okay, cool. It didn't take as long for us to kind of realize that we did a good game.
Sure.
Versus Flex, where if the interest, kind of like the demo,
Flexel.
if the people saying Flex and all that, or Flexel, what is it, Flexel? Yeah, I'm calling it
It's
Flex.
okay. I'm
That's
sorry
from
to
day
interrupt
one.
your
I have
idea.
called it Flex,
Yeah.
and I will continue to call it Flex.
Back to your idea. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I feel that they're gonna do the same where they're like with their demo, they put it out there and then test the waters. How are people feeling about it? Oh, okay. Hey, gonna let the game rock.
Mm.
Whatever's busted, they'll fix. But then
That's what I
they'll
was gonna
support
say.
their game. But then if you
They're
see
connected.
community being
Yeah.
built from it, then they see the potential for it.
Yeah, I was gonna say if there's something busted, how soon are they gonna fix it? Like they're so attentive to look. They're even responding on Twitter to everything.
Yep.
And how active are they to say, all right, Shadow Guys, this character is just dumb.
Yeah.
Like Blair might be good, but I mean every character is beatable, or are they?
Maybe.
Bum, bum, bum.
Yeah.
It still has time. There might be somebody that might find something not broken, but it's just so good that's there might be a player.
Oh, it's
that's,
gonna happen.
yeah,
It will
yeah,
happen.
yeah.
I feel like they're just gonna do a good job. Did you see how that they had people from like SNK that were being advisors in the production of this game
Really?
too? Yeah. There was actually a lot of known people that are involved in other fighting games that came, like Arxis as well.
Mhm.
They had people from their team be advisors for this game, which is pretty awesome. So it's
Seems
almost
legit.
like
Yeah.
it really is a game for the community by like just the fighting game developers themselves, not just like one, but like everyone had a hand in it, which is pretty cool. Reminds me of like the old like Capcom collaborating days of SNK and all that kind of stuff. And look what turns out, we come out with classics, cult classics that people were just going to continue talking about forever.
I hope there's like a DLC for extra music. That'd be awesome.
For music,
Yeah.
I don't see why not.
So
Soul Calibur 6 also got
I'm telling you.
a trailer that came out. Yes, so Talim has been
Felix
announced.
is already in the game, right?
Yeah, if
Okay.
Killick is in it, she's definitely not
Same.
far behind.
Yeah. So this wasn't.
He
too
was
much
one
a
of he was one of the
surprise.
first ones.
Right.
So she's been announced. The Wind Princess herself has made her way through.
Ooh.
Minor note, real quick. For some reason, it was her. I know this is like I haven't even gotten into the trailer, and I'm already nitpicking. But like for some reason, her artwork, like her face, is just like a little more like it's a little more stylized than anyone else's.
Okay.
A little bit. I know she's supposed to be like a young character and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff, but like for some reason, it's like her face just throws me off
She
compared to
felt-
everyone else's
yeah,
artwork. It's just me.
So compared to everyone else's artwork, okay,
Yeah.
I have to see the artwork, but
Yeah. Well, compared to even how she looks here in the actual game, like it's
I felt
a
like
little.
she was-
It's like one way of the spectrum all the way to the other.
Now, do you feel like she resembles her old character, like her old character model?
I think she looks younger.
Really?
I think so.
Oh.
I think she looks a little bit younger. But yeah, so we get to see just firsthand a couple
Wow,
of
that's
her decent move sets. Yep.
This is looking better and better.
It looks clean. We have some stuff in randoms as well on Soul Calibur that it's just because it was out in CEO. Did you get to play it at CEO?
I did not. Lines
You
were
are
always long.
Oh, you're killing me, man.
I didn't get to play Smash Ultimate either. I was a little upset about that. Lines were very long for that. And
Oh.
there was a lot to do.
We gotta start having you flash the double tap badge to kind of get through.
Yeah, I agree.
It helps. But yeah, so talent. So Talim, she has been announced. Not too surprised. I don't know who hugs blades like that. That's kind of dangerous, girl. Yeah. So she's been announced. The gameplay is there. We obviously this happened right after CEO, so there was no build of her there.
Okay.
I'm assuming at Evo we're gonna see a build for her there, and
yeah, it's possible.
it is still gonna be October 19th
Yeah.
for PS4, Xbox One, and Steam.
Yeah, it looks good. It looks fun. I'm sorry, I was not patient enough to sit and try to play. I know I have been slacking. I'm sorry.
You fail us.
But
You fail
I
me.
also-
You fail the viewers. It's pretty bad, man.
I will not fail you at Evo.
Oh.
Trust me. Or maybe Defend the North if they have whatever.
Oh yeah, that's
going
right.
on.
Defender North is
Mhm.
happening, but so is KIT, which we'll talk about.
Okay.
But KIT is like the last big major before Evo.
Oh.
So Defender North is just like really a northeast joint that like Northeast Cats and
it's a
maybe some
regional,
people.
yeah.
It is a regional, but not to the extent of say KIT.
No.
But yeah, so she's been shown off, which is pretty dope. Like
Yeah,
I said,
we
we're
got
just
a
gonna have to
lot of,
wait for the build.
We got a lot of players here in the arena.
Yeah, it's
good
actually
time.
starting to kind of build up over there.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's looking pretty normal. Like we said earlier, Killick is in it. I expect her to be in it because she just follows him everywhere. So
it's sort of no huge surprise, but surprise.
yeah.
Yeah.
So she's been announced. I think that leaves. I want to say I think it's like 3 or 4 characters left to announce, something like that. Yeah, so that's still Caliber 6. Now we're just gonna go right into.
I'm with it.
Actually, you know what? We're supposed to go right into our randoms next, but one thing I wanted to bring up is in Injustice 2. I kind of really started digging to kind of find something for the NRS scene. Unfortunately, I couldn't find anything. It's a little bit of a drought right now, but it led me to an article on Test Your Might. I just want to make sure I know exactly who it was. I'm pretty sure it was Pig of the Hut that wrote it out, but oh no, it wasn't. Cherry Bedis wrote that one out, or was it him? Because it could have been posted by him, but I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, I guess it was him. It's just actually a really good read. If you ever go to the testyourmight.com site, the forums in general, you'll see the article, the current state of NRS games, and it's really cool because it's just to talk about how NRS players, they were expecting the MK11 announcement at E3, but because the cycle's been broken, we did the dance. We did all the steps, we played the game. It got its DLC. It went gold, and now it has everything. It's like, all right, cool. Time to announce the next one to keep us going, right? That's what we've been used to for the past 2 or 3 iterations now. Yeah. And for them breaking that, the thing that it leaves us is just in a drought. There's just now you just have to you have to ride it out. That's good, because you want to support, considering the competitive scene is still live for Injustice 2 with E-League still going on strong, War of the Gods as well.
I mean, I feel like at this point you're expecting another pack of DLC as well.
Now they would have to. I won't say they would have to, but
DLC,
another set of DLC would be nice to kind of keep us over. But then if you're just gonna release a new game, what's the benefit of putting out more DLC for this game right now? Because as soon as you announce that game, the game that's currently out right now is not dead, but NRS players are kind of notorious for just all right, done. Yep. Next game, because I'm all ready for the next iteration.
But at the same time, I mean, they'll be playing Injustice. They're going to be playing Injustice for a long time still, unless they get some sort of patch.
Yeah.
Even if they announce MK whatever, dude, it's still going to be another year and a half until your game comes out.
Yeah, which is why, like I said, I think that whole refresh of the new season, competitive season, with backing from WB to kind of give people an incentive to keep playing is why they did it.
Unless, do you think that they will? Okay, here's not a prediction, but something that would be really near and dear, close to my heart. Does this go into randoms?
It could.
Okay.
Depends on how you're about the freestyle this.
Could you imagine if you take the old concept of Mortal Kombat?
Okay.
With the 3D, not 3D models, with the models like human models, and just create a really good game out of that, and 2D, and just, could you imagine that?
Yeah,
but could you imagine him making it even playable after Evo? Because there's such a, that's the stretch, but there's such like you said, there's a lull of it. It never even got final status at Evo.
What?
Well, it got
what
once.
game? What are you talking about here?
Okay.
Because you went MK1, and I'm like,
sorry.
I'm just
your
saying, roadmap is screwing me up.
Injustice 2 has never didn't get main stage. It got main stage Saturday night, and then followed up by
that's
Melee.
just how that's just how it is, man.
Sad.
I'm sorry.
It's
between the two. MK did though. MKX did.
MKXL.
But there is a difference between those two franchises. I mean, Injustice, sure, everyone enjoys comic books, all that stuff, superheroes.
Got 1 year, I think.
Yeah, I think they had it 1 year too.
KDZ.
Maybe when KDZ, or at least the one right after that.
The one right after that was on a Saturday because Sonic Fox won, and then we saw a Raiden trailer.
Gotcha. All right, so
it just seems very dead.
Where'd you have me at? Well, it is dead right now. Damn it, you had me at something, and I'm trying to.
All right, I was talking about my idea of maybe a 2D fighter.
Oh,
with
got it.
with actual character.
First of all, you
actor
need to
models.
dive deep into the web and find all these fan-based
that?
games that are
Yeah.
literally what you're saying right now that are
Tattoo
awesome.
Assassins? No, I'm kidding.
Tattoo
What was that?
Assassins.
Give me
Wow. No. The
Yes.
the whole idea of Injustice not getting main stage. I mean, like I
Right.
said, it's between Injustice and MK. MK will always draw more, I
Okay.
think, because it's more solidified in gaming culture than Injustice is. Like
Yeah.
just the name MK,
Yeah,
like
Mortal
that is
Kombat,
it. Like
fatality,
that
finish
exactly.
him.
One of the main reasons why
Yeah.
ESRB is what it is today is because of Sub-Zero's spine fatality. One of the reasons. One of the main reasons.
Yeah. I mean, it
Um,
wasn't that bad.
It was that bad. So I can see MK getting main stage. Injustice, like, I don't know. It's because it's not. It doesn't have that same factor. Though it's a great game. It's a great game. It doesn't have that crazy. You know, not want to say the gore is the main reason, but it doesn't take it to that level. It's
Yeah.
still kind of in terms of NRS games. It's tame.
Yeah.
It's like what MK versus DC was. Remember, they had to cut it down.
Yeah.
It couldn't be as over the top as MK
Yeah,
was.
heroic brutality.
Yeah, all that nonsense. So Injustice kind of still has that, is on that same level.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't see it on the main stage, like
Yeah.
especially this far in.
Okay. I could dream, right?
You can dream. We could all dream.
Oh,
And with
I
that,
dream about SNK Heroines. No, I'm kidding.
and with that, oh my God, making me adjust my glasses. We're heading right into the randoms of the
I
FGC
thought that
when
was-
we are
okay,
talking.
sorry.
Huh?
I thought that was when I smiled that way. It looked like a shine on my nose. We're good.
We are
Sorry.
heading into the randoms of the FGC when we're going to talk about what's going on behind the water cooler that is the FGC.
I am so random.
And with that, we have KIT. They actually released their schedule up, and was going to testyourmic.com wasn't a complete
We got
mess.
tested my twice.
Yeah, it's Test Your Mic twice today. Ain't that something? So KIT, which is the Kumite in Texas.
It's in Texas.
I thought it was in
Okay, yeah.
Tennessee.
Tennessee, I think, is usually in January.
Is that what it is?
Mhm.
All right, yeah. So this is the Texas one. All right. Kumite, the KIT being very prominent in the NRS games, more specifically, like I said, Kumite in Tennessee. They,
Yeah, they do
really,
love-
really big for it.
They do love their Marvel or old games. Not
Yes.
old games, but previous games. You know, it's a place you can go to, sort of like Frosty Faustings,
Mm-hmm.
Kumite. You go to play older games that have a lot more support.
Like I said, they're very big on the. Oh wow! Funny enough, I thought
that?
MK was gonna have finals time, but Guilty. Oh, I was gonna say what? No, I'm sorry. I got myself all kinds of confused. I thought that was the entire schedule there. So it looks like Dragon Ball Fighters is gonna be having finals, the final stream of the whole thing. Shocker there, right? I mean, has the
Yeah,
most
but I have
entrants.
something to say about CEO about that one.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Followed by Street Fighter, Tekken 7, Injustice, and Cross. That's gonna be Cross Tag, right?
Yes, that is
Yes,
Cross Tag
yes,
Battle.
that is
Cross
Cross
Tag
Tag.
Battle,
It's
10
very
a.m.
small.
First in the day, Injustice.
Correct.
Tekken, Street Fighter, and Dragon Ball Fighters.
Yeah. So if you are going your way out to KIT, feel free to check out the scheduling
Me?
right now.
No, I'll be busy in Seattle. Yay.
What's in Seattle?
Breaking news. Do. All right, sorry. I will be traveling to Seattle on the 24th to visit, personal reasons, visit family, maybe level up with some of the Seattle scene. Shout outs to you guys. And then I'll be traveling to Evo from there. So, yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's just
Yeah,
your
yeah,
stop
yeah.
before Evo.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, just, little vacation before I win everything.
Balls on this man. Oh my goodness, the matchup that the way you do it, this is straight 10-0.
Can't wait. It's going to be a good time.
This is going to
Anyways.
be the last, like I said, this is the last major before Evo.
Yes,
So
yes, it is. The
it's
weekend
definitely going to
before.
be no lack of talent that's going to show out to either get, a little extra pocket money for
Yeah.
that trip to make
If
sure to
you're-
enjoy the strip or, hone their skills with whoever's out there.
I say that's a pretty good road trip. Imagine you go into KIT, Texas, and you're getting ready for Evo. It's a great way to get practice in and just like travel with your friends, see what the whole town is like. Take the week off, see what it is to travel from Texas. Where in Texas is it? Because Texas is big.
Texas is large. Off the cuff, I do not see it here. We're going to have to check
Yeah,
out those details later, and I don't see it on any other.
Okay. Well,
where
I'm just
was it in Texas?
curious.
Yeah. let's see
Doesn't
right there.
matter. I traveled before from like New Orleans to Texas, and it's a great. I'd say it's a good time to take. I remember even Viscount said that one time he went to Vegas. He did. He saw Celine Dion that one year that he won Evo in Marvel 3. And, like, you know, he had as much fun as he could. He didn't focus on the whole training aspect the whole time. I mean, of course, he was focused during the tournament, but I'd say, you know, when you're out and in those places, try to enjoy and, you know, take advantage of those times that you have. But KIT is there, and it's the first one before Evo. Just, you know.
So
I think
what we take away from this article,
Sorry.
for one, KIT is happening 27th to the 29th, I believe.
27th to 29th. Uh-huh.
Yep, right
Makes
before.
sense.
And second of all, take it from Static. R&D is just as important as your combos. There you go.
You say RNG?
R&D.
What is that?
Is it R&D? Hold on.
Random?
Rest and relaxation. R&R. R&D. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm still like, you thought I was having problems staying on that plane for so long
I'm
in
just
that airport.
You know what? I got a lot of things on my plate, so
All right,
I'm all over the place.
let's recoup.
All right. Oh, shout outs to Luminous out in the chat. Thank you, sir. So our Street Fighter is sponsoring some players to go out. If you haven't heard before, these subreddits, you know, that are organized by certain individuals and organizations.
That's so much fun.
Then
That's where Oil King came from, no?
Oil King, I think so. Yeah, I believe he pulled out of there. So they are sponsoring 4 players to compete at EVO 2018. So they have, basically the way they have it is they got shirts, and depending on how many shirts I believe get bought, that's like a vote.
Oh.
So they're voting for whoever, you know, and these shirts all tie into the person who's actually being, you know, sent out. So iDrop currently at top with 355 votes.
Who's iDrop use? He sounds the two
iDrop,
top ones
I
sound familiar.
I believe iDrop is
it Karen?
Karen, yes.
Okay.
Because I know for a fact.
El Chacote is
Neon is
I do know El Chacote. He's from Boston, I believe.
Is he?
I think so. And Neon as well.
Okay. And then of course we have
Red Bull.
The last person there is Tega.
Tega,
who was just here at Go for Broke last weekend.
Yes, he was.
Who actually won it at a reset against Ultimate Weapon.
Yes.
It was actually some really good sets. If you haven't had a chance, go check it out right
Ultimate
now in
Weapon
the archives.
is one of my favorite players, though.
Tega, you go.
Yeah.
He's
No,
a cool dude.
Ultimate Weapon is one of my favorite players, though.
Oh,
Don't switch up my words. I support Philly. No, I'm kidding.
Local.
But I definitely support Tega. Tega is one of the guys who's always been at Go for Broke as many times as he can. I gave him a couple rides to the bus stop a couple of times after Go for Broke, and he's
man of the people right here.
Yeah, you know, I'm trying. But Tega is really leveled up. He got second at Winter Brawl in Street Fighter 5.
His Akuma was definitely, I was gonna say, was just no joke. He was able to adapt, considering Weapon was the one who put him in losers. To crawl back and then adjust the way, and it was like going down to like last rounds. Oh, except actually that reset was a 3-0 free. Sorry.
Oh my!
But Tega was feeling himself afterwards.
Yeah.
You could, like I said, go check out the archives. You guys want to see those
fun
matches.
Fact, do you know what Tega stands for?
No, actually, I have no idea.
What? Are you serious? It's Gens Ultra.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, Gens Ultra.
Listen, Gen has
he has
4
2,
ultras.
No, he has
2 per stance.
Yeah.
Oh, eat it, son.
Okay. But you can consider the supers, so he has 6 things. However, it was his kick super in his kick stance.
Was that the one that with the tornado?
Yes, it was.
Oh, okay, yeah, I remember that. That was. I mean, they were both used prominently, especially by guys like Shin, who was the Gen player.
Yes,
of
he was. There's this other guy named Rick. I forget his tag. But yeah.
All right, Rick without a tag. Apparently, he was
Kyle
also
knows
dope.
who he is.
Okay.
Yeah, he beat Marlon Pie when Marlon Pie was the god of over here in Philly.
Of Street Fighter?
Yeah, Street Fighter 4.
Who did he play?
It was in
Sakura?
Super. He played Cammy.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense, actually.
In Super. Yeah.
I forgot he played.
I'm old.
You are old. But what's got up next is actually Soul Calibur 6. CEO did pass. There was a build on it. Unfortunately, Gabe here was too lazy to go ahead and check it out.
Sorry?
So we actually got to see some footage, some breakdowns from other Soul Calibur players that decided to put it up on YouTube just to tell you, like,
they did my job for me.
Basically. Shout outs to Omega. Actually, he's in the first he's in the actual first video here. He's actually a New Jersey player.
Oh, I remember him.
You have to recognize it. It's Omega. He was like the Soul Calibur player that you could just learn anything Soul Calibur wise. If you went to places like Nerd Palace, even when the early Go for Brooks, he was here. Training Towers out in Cherry Hill.
I mean, if you're in this area, you know that KDZ plays Soul Calibur, and those guys at the break, they're about that game. So
the break's about to blow up with some more Soul Calibur. It's kind of insane. 8-way
Goodbye,
run kind of like
Smash.
rose from the ashes again because Soul Calibur got announced.
Yeah, I think Smash is still very strong there on Tuesdays.
Yes, it is.
And they try to have Dragon Ball, but if they don't get enough entrants. By the way, the break is up in Dunedin, New Jersey. Tuesday nights, they usually have tournaments. Fridays and Mondays are casuals for Dragon Ball Fighters and any other games. People set up Street Fighter
DDR
as well.
and stuff too.
DDR, ITG, they have them all up there. And beautiful cheesesteaks. Shout out to that place.
The break steaks are godlike.
Yes, they are.
So
peppers, onions.
Nah, I hold the peppers.
And barbecue sauce.
Oops, I was trying to show that, but that's an
we
ad.
got ads.
So if we actually check out on YouTube, you look at Ragnarok on YouTube, he's actually the one that has all these videos up. And like I said, they do an actual breakdown of, what movesets have translated, what have stayed, what early impressions are, as in like, this looks like it's plus right now. You get this guaranteed off the bat, which is really cool. Yeah. So you get a breakdown for Killick, for, I believe, Zasalamel, Siegfried, and Nightmare.
Okay.
You can check all that out right now, and they go into the notations of each one, which is
there
really,
were plenty
really
of
cool.
setups, though. I'll be honest. It was just when I saw
you couldn't
it,
get on one?
The lines were really long. It looked like they were waiting a while.
Really?
Yeah. I want to live,
I wonder what the rules were. If you had a camera and be like, hey, can I just stay in front of a setup and record for YouTube? Because this took a while. Like, they were there at least. That's a 12-minute video. This is a 20-minute video. It's another 20-minute video.
It's also part of me is like.
They were there for this is over an hour's worth of information on Soul Calibur 6.
Part of me is a little scared. Like, it's not that I'm scared to say, hey, get up,
You slap a quarter down and you call it a day.
But you got to forget, like, people are in charge of it and they're getting people up. So, I mean, if it's there and you want to stay in line and try to play it, if that's your game, you go ahead and game. And that's the thing. I don't really feel like I was going to get much if I did play the game. And why do I say that? Because I haven't played the earlier builds. I want other people to get into the game, I guess, more. I don't feel like if I get in line, I feel like I'm taking away from somebody else's time. Does that make sense? No. Okay, cool.
No, you should have gotten in. All right, so you guys can check out, like I said, Ragnarok.
It could have been the new main
YouTube.
game. You're right. My bad.
Exactly. Ragnarok on YouTube if you want to check out the different builds from the CEO build of Soul Calibur 6. This might change by the time, of course, you take it with a grain of salt right now. These are builds, so some of this might change by the time the game comes out. But this close to it, I mean, people are just liking what they're seeing, so I think they're in the right direction right now.
And with multiple characters still available to come out.
Yes, we still do not have a full roster. Maybe, like I said, Evo. Evo's just that place now, man. We were in that rut, and then here comes Evo. Bam! All these announcements.
Surprisingly, we did not get any big announcements at CEO.
With Cody's announcement out in Combo Breaker or his trailer being shown, Capcom was not going to pull out Sagat or G. For that matter, which most likely G is going to be next. I think it is. They're going to leave Sagat to the end.
That was my Hannibal Buress.
So, surprisingly nothing from CEO. But, I mean, what else? What could they have been tied to? Like, Flex had just dropped. So, there's nothing else to announce there, and they don't want to announce anything until Evo.
They showed the picture of Palom and didn't do anything with it.
Yes. That will probably be some Evo announcements.
And it was a really good, pretty big arena. But by the way,
we'll get to it.
We'll get to it. Considering, by the way, the finals of CEO, Leffen's tier list for Dragon Ball Fighters.
Yes, the
like that segue.
Awoo! So we're seeing a big change in things right now. Exactly.
Yeah, I hear what you're talking about.
So Yamcha taking the tournament, which was Kazunoko, correct?
Yeah, Kazunoko. Yep, Kazunoko.
Over Goichi, which were phenomenal sets. You need to go watch it if you have not had a chance.
Losers finals was Fenrich. So Fenrich got third.
Yes.
Fenrich actually beat, I believe, Sonic Fox and win. Oh, we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to those finals.
We'll get to those
because anyway, however, reason why Yamcha is up there, Yamcha's assist did so much work this weekend. It
did. His the way he was able to kind of. Because he got beat. I think he got beat by Kazunoko.
Who did?
Leffen. Leffen got beat.
Goichi beat him.
Goichi beat him because they had an insane set. Like their set
I
was probably.
I was busy watching Eunice, but their set was going on while 2 matches of Eunice happened.
Grand finals was great, but Leffen versus Goichi might have been the best match in the game. Yeah. So Yamcha's assist did do so much work during those grand finals. Yeah. It's. Like Yamcha himself is like not a complex character. It's not much, but it's just that his assist makes up for it. Kind of
Yeah,
like in the old like Marvel 2 days where you had a character. Sometimes you just had a character that was an assist.
Now here's the
like
thing.
Captain Commando. He was just an assist. Like
Right.
as a character, he sucked. He was bad.
He has a good grab, but nothing else.
That's about it.
He doesn't have major, huge combos. He doesn't have an air dash and anything.
Yeah, but his
assist, and that was it.
amazing. But his assist, ridiculous.
Right. With Sentinel.
Yamcha is also like in that route. Like he can dole out the damage. He's got a level 3, all that kind of stuff.
Now
slight mix up, quote unquote.
I knew how good Yamcha was already.
Oh, here we go.
No, here we go, man.
I hate here we go. No.
I
hate I always knew he was nice.
Here's
bro.
why. No,
I never
I'm
seen
a
you
shout
play
out
him.
a player right now. It's not me. It's a shout out a player. Ryers. He goes to the lab. This dude,
Ryers
he uses
sounds familiar.
Bardock, Yamcha,
Is that
Vegeta.
the dude that came out like 2 hours before to come out here or something like that?
Maybe. It could be.
He was the only. You know what? There was only been one guy. You're right. There's only been one guy, and I got to double check if it is you, Rives. He told me straight up. I was like, yo, Yamcha's ass. And he looked at me. He's like, yo, no, Yamcha's actually really, really good.
He's tall, glasses,
Kind of.
American dude.
I think
White
we're all
guy.
American.
White guy.
Especially
okay.
after July 4th.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yes. I believe so. I believe that was him. But he told me, he was straight. He was like, yo,
second at too many
Yamcha's
games. Good. I want to say. Yeah, he got second in too many games.
Oh, I didn't see the tournament for that.
That's okay. There was no stream.
No, I was there, so I didn't get to see it though.
Oh yeah, you were.
Yeah, I kind of
anyway,
brought you there.
So, thanks, Dad. All right. So the thing is, he uses Bardock, Vegeta, Yamcha. Bardock, Yamcha, Vegeta, and he was very good with. What he would do is just block strings, and if you were like, let's say, teleporting, Yamcha was already there grabbing you while he was blocking, and he was very good at pushing with Bardock, and then pushing you off the screen to make Vegeta's assist hit from off screen when you would try to punish, and do the same thing with Yamcha. When you would try to punish, it's just there, and it's gonna catch you, and then he can easily convert off of it. Now with Gohan, it covers. I mean, you're supposed to do DP, cover it, but at the same, he just goes far too.
It just keeps going, right? It's just layer upon layer. So Yamcha's shown to be good support, but not in the top tier, as you can tell, as it's stated. Bad support, good support, low tier, top tier. The usual suspects are out there. Gotenks being up there now. I mean, of course. Let me see.
Sonic Fox.
Once Sonic Fox picked them up and used them to beat Goichi on that run back, and Goichi did end up picking him up. And Rogue Yoshi is always. Oh yeah, Rogue Yoshi did pick him up too. Rogue Yoshi has always been a. He's always been a Nappa player. No, Nappa player.
Nappa.
That's what
Vegeta. Kid Buu.
Which funny enough, I didn't check. Where's Nappa at?
Nappa is way low.
Oh, okay. It's pretty down. Bad support, low tier. Well, he does need a lot.
Yeah, you need execution. That's what happened to Rogue Yoshi. He didn't. He failed with his execution, unfortunately. But he's been practicing up. He's gonna try to tweak it, fix it up for himself.
Okay. So we were seeing Cell, and this is the second time I've seen the tier list on this show that like certain characters are just off screen. Ruby being from Cross
I can agree with those assists. Kid Buu is definitely
Kid
up
Buu just
there.
has everything.
Yeah.
He has everything. He has mix-up. He has good pokes at neutral. Yeah. His assist is great.
It's not even a cross-up. It's high-low stuff.
Yeah.
That's really hard.
Bardock, of course, being up there. He has an 8-way or a 4-way setup or something like that.
I'm surprised his assist isn't lower. I mean, what does he have? Just the...
I think it's the punch. No. Is it not the punch?
Oh, goodness. Why are we so bad? That's all right. You never see him use assist.
That's why. Yeah. That's why it is. I don't think it's as bad. It's just like you don't see him often. He's always a point character. Yeah. He's just in your face all the time. You don't see his assist. I agree
with Gohan's location. I don't agree with maybe because of the nerf, but I don't agree with Piccolo's assist being down there. Or assist being that far off to the left.
I mean, Hook made it to what, 4th, 5th, or something like that. He was in top 8.
He was in losers. No, he was in winners. Yeah.
Hook made it to
he got
4th or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He got 7th.
I like right now how it's been between the American players and the Japanese players. It's kind of like it's fluctuating, man. It's a roller coaster. It's like we'll be at top. Then we got bodied. We're not even on the board. We're not in the top 2 no more. But then we'll kind of.
We got 3-0'd completely, right?
Did we? Yeah, yeah. We got hit up with that 12-0. I'm not gonna say her name, but they called it.
Top 4 was Japan.
They called it the. All right, I don't want to say it because this is just gonna that's like not just like beating a dead horse and also then sticking.
We
the
suck.
tiger. Yeah, no, we're bad. We gotta re up on our stuff. But I mean, I think right now that one of the problems is, not to say he's like our only hope, but like, Silent Fox has been diving into a lot of different games.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, when you spread yourself out like that, something's gonna suffer in some way, shape, or form. He hasn't placed an Injustice in a while. He doesn't play Street Fighter, Marvel. He stopped playing.
You know what it is?
BB Tag, I think he might be playing.
I don't know.
I can't remember.
I think the outfit nerfed him.
Skullgirl, the outfit.
Yeah.
It's starting to take away too much of the life force. Now
But
it's like
I mean, he was paying more attention to it at Combo Breaker. But I don't know. I don't know what it is. What happened?
Yeah, people are just re-upping.
Even the Summit.
So it's funny. The two humans, Tien Shin Han is right there too. And we actually got to see a lot of Super Saiyan Goku as well. I forget the player's name that had it. Was it Doza?
Doza uses regular Goku.
Yeah, it was.
He made top 8 at Combo Breaker.
I think he even made top 8 in CEO.
No.
Or he was top 16.
Maybe. But top 8 CEO, I believe the Americans were Hook Gang, Apology Man.
Yes, Apology Man.
With Tien's assist, which is Dodompa, which is a really good, just one hit
It's
assist.
a really fast beam, yep.
It's a Doom projectile, pretty much.
That's a good way of looking at it, actually.
Because Dodompa, Doom. Anyway. What was I saying? Yeah, Hook Gang God, Apology Man with Tien and Piccolo. And I'm trying to remember the intros as well, but I'll be honest, I didn't sit and watch it.
No? No. We put it up and we watched it the whole time here.
Oh, that's awesome. I had to step out. I was hungry.
But, yeah, so it's really cool to see. I mean, Cell's still
I'm a little sad to see Android 18 down there because she has a really good assist, I feel. As though sucking up a move in order for your next character to hit is really good.
Yeah. Kind of, but that's so situational.
True.
Like that's not as consistent as like I can throw say Yamcha out or Vegeta. It's like it will lock down. It will just work every time.
I agree with Vegito. I don't agree with Trunks. I think he should be higher, a little bit higher. He's very good at extending your combos, and I don't agree with. I mean, Beerus I do agree with, but I just don't agree with him being so low.
I mean, we haven't seen it yet. Like it takes still somebody to kind of pick up the character and make it say like
combo heavy character and execution heavy. Anyway.
Nobody wants that. No one wants to work hard for the win. They want to go the easy route, bro.
Yeah.
Pick a top tier.
I don't think.
I don't pick a top tier. Easy. Stop. Just pick a top tier.
I don't think Kid Boo's easy.
Just pick a top tier. That's all I gotta say.
I do. I pick Goku, Gohan, Goku, Vegeta, and Cell.
Oh, okay.
Not in that order, but
All right. Well, yeah. So that's Leffen's tier list. Rather interesting to see what his thoughts have been due to the last tournament.
Quick thing, just about Leffen. He is. I'm very impressed that he's made a full transition from like Smash God to Dragon Ball God.
Good point.
Yeah, it's
early on when he was playing, everyone was like, "Oh,
yeah, this Smash guy.
Player.
Oh, Leffen won in West Coast, and it's like, oh, really? Okay,
you don't know.
Well, then let's see how he plays against Chris G. And
he does
like,
well.
Chris G didn't get top 8 in anything. That was surprising, honestly. But Leffen is very consistent. You can see he takes his games very seriously.
I wonder if he's going to pick up Smash.
Oh, yeah, you're right. He didn't play Smash 4.
No.
I don't know.
We'll see. We'll see how that goes.
Are we focusing?
Yeah, we're going to be focusing now.
Yeah. Is that the end of something else? Wait. Okay, good. We're focused.
So this is now that actually is going to end our randoms of the FGC. Yeah, that's going to be the end of our randoms of the FGC, and now we're going right into our focus attack, or rather, not even our focus attack. This is our travel segment, or rather, our World Warrior segment, where we're going to talk about a specific tournament, some tournament coverage. Of course, it was Static over here that made his way out to CEO, which I kind of find it funny. It's still called CEO, and it's like in Daytona, so it's like it should be CED.
Okay, I was trying to think. I hope that didn't mean anything bad.
But yeah, it's community effort Orlando.
Yeah, community effort Daytona.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it should be, right?
Daytona.
Thank you. So it's now in the new venue. You never went to CEO before the old venue. I've never been to CEO. You never got a chance to check out before. This is my first time. So already, you know, it's like you hear it. Evo, Combo Breaker, CEO.
I felt like this was better than Combo Breaker.
Wow. And you did go to Combo Breaker, too. The World Warrior, indeed. Okay. So you're feeling like CEO did a better job. Like, so how well? So the main things that I think about, like, for one, Evo, like, we'll talk about that in a second, but Combo Breaker and CEO, the big things for me when it comes to tournaments is you got to have something to do in case you get 0-2'd, right? you need to have something to do. The area needs to be good that you can travel, have fun with friends, because you're there. As much as we're there to compete and press buttons and try to be, try to place. You also want there to hang out. Like, yo, what's up? It's been a while. We haven't seen each other, or we haven't seen each other since the last tournament. You want to go out. You want to hang out. You want to have a good time. Get some sets in at hotel rooms or someone else's hotel room.
Sure.
Destroy someone else's hotel room. All that kind of stuff.
That's a little overboard, but go on.
Clearly, you haven't been to majors with me. So, the venue needs to kind of be, you want to make sure the venue's been thought through for the players.
Okay.
So I want to know, like, how did you feel about, like, CEO? Like, did the venue overall, like, meet those expectations that everyone's talking about? Did you barely put on a good show? I know you're a fan of wrestling, so, like, that's already a little biased, but,
It's going to be a long one. No, but it's going to be a long show. No, CEOs, the hotel was great. It was good. It did what it needed to do. It had 2 towers. You had to walk from one side to the other. You had to walk from the elevator. Like, let's say you check in, you did a little bit of a walk, but it was all right on the beach. You had, the beach, sunrise, sunset. You can get whatever side you wanted. However, there was a walk you had to make to go outside and then across the street into the big convention center. Perfect. That's awesome. Like, I thought that walk was perfectly fine, and there were 3 entrances. So if you were,
I know why you're ranting about this. I know why you're ranting about this.
There is somebody who said something online and just made my day. So there were 3 entrances. There was a line at one, and then there were 2 other entrances where people could have gone in. The line was just to check bags. It was very safe. Everything was very safe.
Oh yeah, I heard about that tweet about someone was. Brought a gun in, but not like
they had a
but
license
they
to
were
carry.
they had a concealed license, so like they were allowed to, but because the staff was just so damn good and consistent that they caught it.
You only allowed 1 bag and 1 bottle, or like for drink,
and 1 gun.
For water. Yeah, I don't know, for water, but they had to smell it because they wanted to make sure it wasn't vodka.
Wow, they actually and took a whiff.
Yeah.
Wow, you act like they damn.
Yeah.
Whoever barely hired for that one.
I couldn't even finish my hot tea. I had to step outside and finish my hot tea. Yeah. But like, I
That's good. You want
it
to be a safe
good.
environment. You don't want it to be a World Star Hip Hop video somewhere in there.
The main entrance had the Jabali Land, which was the arcade. Then you had to walk all the way around the actual. So the venue in the very middle. You walk around, go all the way to the back, and then all the way in the back was. Towards even more was the actual convention center, which was humongous, bigger than Combo Breaker, bigger, and it wasn't just bigger like
width-wise.
It was a huge square, but it was bigger width-wise because you had Smash, you had Gaming Generations booth, Soul Calibur, and then other little booths, and then all the artist booths, and there was enough space for everything to have their space. Now, don't get me wrong, Combo Breaker had their space. Whoa, no. Combo Breaker had everyone in the hallway, and then at the front was Gaming Gen and some little booths, and then all the casual setups. Now, that's the thing. That's the difference. Combo Breaker was using their casual setups and main stage seats and 2 streams on the side. This place had 7 or 8 streams set up, always happening, and then you had seats for each stream, and then still had enough space for all the casuals and the command center, and it was
that's pretty solid.
Huge. It was big. Like, don't take that out of context either. When you say no to the internet, they take it out of context.
Yeah, anyway. I don't know why you. Come on, man. This rookie mistake.
R.I.P. Static Gorilla. All right, Dad. So I think it's. So then you had the arena. Arena was great. I only complaint about the arena was that you couldn't really see. A lot of people had to turn their heads to try to see the screen.
No, I don't want to do that.
There was no screen in the middle of the arena, so you wanted to see the players playing in the ring, sure, but there was a screen at the top and then a screen. So there was nothing in the middle that you could see except their little tiny screen in the middle of the thing. So if you had like your chairs facing the ring, you had to turn up. That was my main complaint, I would say.
And that's like nitpicking pretty hard too.
That's what I'm saying. That's the only real thing. The wrestling event on Friday night was amazing too. The venue I can't complain about if that's what you want to know right now. If that was your initial question, My nose is itchy.
What about brackets and such? Now we're talking about like in a competitive sense. How was everything ran on time? Because I'm hearing things about finals. How finals actually ran.
Everything
I think
was
2 hours late or something like that.
Everything
was
run on time. The finals were very late. I skipped watching Dragon Ball after the great Tekken set. By the way,
yes. Shout out to Lil Majin.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. King was great. I skipped watching Dragon Ball, and when I came back, it was still going to like top 3. However, Street Fighter just took forever. Once the intros were done, we were kind of just Dave and I were just ready to go. Ayo's Dave, and it was just
how good were those intros though?
Better than K-Brad's was of course Infiltration was amazing, and so was Valoran. They stole the show.
I think that minion still had like one of the best
ever. Undertaker and just like showing up and that minion mode activated.
That was too ridiculous. Still ridiculous.
But Infiltration was really awesome. I didn't get to see other Dragon Ball ones, but you should go check out Kazunoko's intro. I'm sorry, not Kazunoko's intro. Check out Apology Man's intro.
Oh God,
with Tien.
No.
Yes, it was awesome. Kazunoko is such a good sport.
Yeah. Because he knew what he was laying into. He was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go down, but I'm gonna have the belt with me
and the camera on the top."
Yeah.
Anyway,
was legit.
I suggest watching. That was what I was saying. Like the brackets. Okay. The brackets were fine. Very Combo Breaker-esque.
So how'd you win Street Fighter?
I went 1 and 2. I lost to. I beat a guy.
Okay, that's already a win.
I remember I was using Nash. I lost to his.
Well, you're a Laura player though.
I am. I lost to his Karen. And I switched immediately to Lara. And Alex Myers, I could hear him through my headphones. This is a weird switch. So I had to play Alex Myers next.
You said that's a weird switch. Oh, he was already scouting you.
Yes.
He was scouting you. I would have instantly like, you get away.
Also,
you don't get to watch
he doesn't block high.
Keep that in mind.
I noticed that with Lara.
Alex Myers, you don't block high.
You don't block high, bro. I hit you. I beat you in a round, and that was it. But so then I lost to
everything you say so sad.
Yeah, I lost to a random Ken scrub.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm calling you a snake, a solid. I'm calling you a scrub.
Okay.
Sorry.
First to 10 next time I get a chance.
That's right. I'm going to stick with Nash this time.
Okay.
Because I got bodied when I switched to Lara.
Oh,
but that was Street Fighter. Dragon Ball, also 1 and 2. Just don't play a guy who has his shorts on and he's like, his smell is wafting into your nose.
See, that's why like when I like get a stick, I'm gonna have like a can of spray. And I'm just gonna like when I sit down and like I can smell you from like here. I'm just like instantly gonna be like pop it. You know how everyone pops it open, and I think it was Goichi. He even had candy. Like you saw he had candy in his stick. He was like,
"That's
all right, let's go."
Yeah,
I'm gonna like,
oh man,
like all right,
spray somebody.
We're good, and then we'll play our match.
It was terrible, but.
That's bad. That's already, you know why? That's already the mix-up. He's already playing the game as soon as he sat down with you.
I have this really bad tendency where I play super strong in the first match, and then it just fizzles from there. Almost as if I used all my Gambit cards, you know?
Yeah, you just gone.
I don't know why I do that. I've got to practice that. But
you're not a marathon runner. Got it.
No, I know.
You're just a straight sprinter.
Yeah. I caught them with that mix-up. I'm so happy. I'm done. You know? But... One reason why I feel like it was better than Combo Breaker, by the way, is the food options. Food options for me were very important.
That's also actually very important.
Yeah,
because nobody wants to like hit a random 7-Eleven the entire time.
Combo Breaker was in the middle of the suburbs, so you had to either Uber to a place or walk very far to like an IHOP or Giordano's, whatever that Giordano's. Yeah. And it's just I didn't like that about Combo Breaker, especially when I was in an Airbnb. But the hotel was right there, but it just didn't feel right for me. It had its good 24-hour venue, so did Jabali Land, but it just that 24-hour venue didn't feel as big. So I think food options. I ate well.
You're in Daytona, the food out there is probably ridiculously good.
Yeah, and what was the next question? I'm sorry.
Oh, I didn't ask the next question, but thank you for leading us into it.
Yeah, food.
So food was good. That's a good check mark. That's a big check mark for me, man. Because like when you gotta wash away the salt, you sometimes gotta get intake of carbs to make that happen.
Or go into a salty, what is the beach? Anyway, go on. Sorry.
You gotta work on your segues there, pal.
Yeah, my bad.
So the next thing actually was we got to see, like you said, what is it? New Japan Pro Wrestling was out there.
Yes.
So we got to see a lot of celebrities and all that. We made that connection. We got to see the whole Jabali taking people down, all that kind of crazy stuff. With that,
check out those matches, guys. They're all on CEO Gaming's
definitely.
YouTube.
It's very entertaining. So one of the cool things that we saw was that made one of our Eunice guys lose his mind. It's Kenny Omega picking up Eunice out there, which is pretty cool.
Yep.
Later tweeted after that saying that's like one of the greatest things that happened to him at CEO was playing the game.
Really?
And then I know you're playing Eunice
I'm
yourself.
learning. Yeah. I'm doing terribly, but I'm learning.
So
I roomed with a Eunice player, AOS Dave, and he's very.
Oh, I didn't know you went with Dave.
He made top 8 at both.
He made fifth.
He got fifth.
He made fifth, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So Static Gorilla versus Kenny Omega is gonna happen, right?
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, Carmine. Make sure of that.
Carmine is just a pushover.
That's who he's playing, right, Carmine?
Yeah, Carmine.
Who do you play?
I play Static Gordo.
Gordo, yeah. Gotcha. So any improvements that you like besides what you've kind of nitpicked on already?
A lot of people are complaining about the not the venue. The venue was fine. People are complaining about location.
Yeah, so this was what drew up a lot of drama on Twitter.
15 minutes from Daytona Airport, by the way. So that we're not talking about that type of location.
Oh, okay. I didn't even know it was that close.
Yes.
It's we're down south. We're hella down south.
Yes.
To the point where Mason-Dixon line is just like not even in someone's thoughts.
No. Yeah.
You see more Confederate flags than you do just regular United States flags, which there's no problem with that, really.
Right. It's
just
just
but
people
unfortunately,
feel like that sign. That's a sign of a place where
it's the stigma.
Discrimination.
I mean, you're in Daytona. This is NASCAR City,
and
right?
this is a tourist place, but it's a tourist place when Daytona's happening. Daytona 500 is happening, or it is a beach. You're gonna have touristy attractions, but the boardwalk was just a Ferris wheel, a couple of prize games, and only after a certain time of night.
Sounds like Wildwood. It's the shittier version of Wildwood, which is
experience
really hard to say. But so the big thing was like a lot of the FGC were a very diverse group of just the community. Like we accept everyone, we don't care.
Yeah,
whatever. That doesn't. I won't say that doesn't fly, but at the same time, there were instances where fighting game members were saying like, oh, there was definitely some racial profiling that was going on out there. Correct. Some actions that were being done just because of the way you looked or who you were. Yeah. It's just unfortunately it's a byproduct of that area.
Yeah.
My big thing is I wonder how much Javale is gonna look into that. I mean, sure, bigger venue, that's great, but at risking to exposing your community, the people that you want to bring into it, to those uncomfortable situations. Because that was the key word all weekend. Yeah. I felt uncomfortable. To the point that even Sonic Fox is looking at he's not. Like, I don't think he's looking to even go back due to the fact that, he hit kind of 3 strikes. He's black, he's gay, and he's a furry. Like, all 3 of those things kind of don't jive in that environment down there. Yeah. So, of anyone else, he probably felt the most uncomfortable.
It is a very tough topic, but it's something that I
don't want to go too political in that topic. It's just like my main thing is, do you think, like, should Jabali look for a different venue, or do you think like what could you do? Like that's not something a TO can just go like, let's just stop that from happening. Right. No, that's not something within his power to do.
I don't know if you can even give tips to people like, hey, don't go to this place, don't go south here, don't go to this restaurant. Like this restaurant's flagged.
Yeah, like that's not a good look.
I personally had no problems being a Hispanic Puerto Rican male. I didn't have many problems. The only maybe one guy yelling out of his car saying, "Are you into video games?" And I'm like, "Yes, I am." So like
he was like, "No."
I mean, I was hanging out with Dave, who's a very pale complected man, and like,
Dave's a white piece of bread. I got you.
Sorry, he's not potato bread. He is white bread.
Straight Wonder Bread. All right?
I'm whole wheat. So I think like this is just. How can I say it? It sucks. It happened.
Yeah,
I'm gracious. I'm grateful for the fact that it didn't happen to me. I mean, what can you say? Hang out in groups so that things don't happen.
Right?
Maybe
Because I was hearing stories even from other local Philly guys that went down there going like they were being told by others like don't go here after a certain time. Yeah. Like straight up being told that. It's like. Sure, great venue, but shitty city. Like, where do you draw the balance at?
And there were a lot of like you're gonna get beggars, you're gonna get all of those type of things everywhere, Vegas, Philly, anywhere. But you don't really. That's a different thing to run into. You're in almost a rural city that's just not a tourist attraction at this time of the year. Mm-hmm. However, that sunrise was beautiful.
All right.
I'm sorry. I'm just saying, like there were that is one large negative, honestly. But it was for me the event itself, it didn't affect the event itself for me. However, that is still a huge negative.
Yeah.
And it's something that you really can't address, but I think
you can't ignore either.
No, of course not.
So
I think he may have to find another venue in Orlando, but this was definitely a CEO that I did enjoy. And those who did go and enjoyed it, you probably enjoyed the only one in Daytona, and at least accept the actual adventure that you had there, or the journey that you had there, or that time that you had at CEO in Daytona, because it may be its last one in Daytona, honestly.
Maybe.
He may have to find a larger convention center in Orlando that will, make more sense, CEO.
Yeah, because they want to grow. At the end of the day, TOs just want to see their events grow. You don't want to stay stagnant. Of course, Jabali just known for just going over the top on things.
Oh, trust me though, it's not gonna dwindle. CEO is still gonna be there every year.
Okay.
It's
but
great.
overall, though, good, a plus.
I give it a 9 out of 10.
Solid 9 out of 10 matchup. Just you always can go wrong. 9-1, 9-1 in their favor.
Yeah,
okay.
I still go to Big E tournaments all the time.
Yeah,
shout out to Big E.
Shout out to Big E. Eric Smalls, the ironic name.
I will always go, and I just I hope that honestly, I do hope that we can get to a level where it's not just. We can get to a level where it's in the same type of, Evo, CEO,
where they're all just on par.
NEC.
That's something that harps on the TOs you hear behind the scenes, that they need to step it up. Because right now, like you said, it's Evo, it's Common Breaker, and CEO. That's it. Those are the three. Like you have to, they set that bar and they keep raising it. So the other TOs need to kind of step up.
I'm ready for Big E's tournaments to have a ranking event, a premier event. Excuse me, not ranking, a premier event. I'm ready for that, man.
It's long overdue, I think.
Yeah.
So CEO 2018 Daytona, overall a good experience. Hopefully,
I hope
won't be the last
CEO,
but it might be
if
the
you have
last
any stories
Daytona.
of something that happened, please share so that they can probably change the venue.
Yeah,
or some
so this is something Jabeli
is
he stated out on Twitter. He's gonna try to do what he can.
Yeah.
Definitely communicate with him and see. Anything and all information will probably be helpful for all future events.
That is a serious issue.
Because nobody wants to just go out and be.
But at the same time, if you had a good experience, share with us as well. Share with us what you saw or what you had, how you did as well.
Good.
Yeah.
All right, rant.
Also, people were stuck in Atlanta. That's all. Bye.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, that also happened. So rant over CEO was overall good. Yeah. Thank you very much for making it out there and giving us the rant.
Yeah, and if you wanted a bit more information about how it went, check out. You don't have to follow him. He's got enough followers. But check out Jabeli's Twitter. He did have a lot of updates. There were a lot of not gossip, but random stuff, things that happen. If you want a little bit more info,
like a certain pro that won't be named doing some very shady stuff, like playing casuals with their opponent and then reporting it as an actual match, which right now it hasn't been proven. There is no proof.
Man. That's funny.
Because there's been denial, but there's no proving on it. But,
That's funny.
Wolf Girl needs to oh, did I say that out loud?
Shout outs to King Buffalo, who changed his name to Wolfgang, by the way. He was the Blanca player that went
Did he?
crazy.
Right? That was King Buffalo?
Yeah, that was King Buffalo.
I was wondering
he's a regular
who that
to go for broke.
Yes, that's why I was confused. I was like, who's Wolfgang? Yeah. And why have I not seen this Blanca before?
I'm sorry. I want to see some mods.
There you go. Oh, well, thank you. Yes. So you're going to see some mods now. Yes. So mods have been wished back. We are at the home stretch right now, guys, of this week's episode, and we have two pretty solid ones. They are both for fighters. Actually, I'm going to try to go for this one, not to make it any lesser, but I think the first one that I was going to have on the list was
Saiyan Armored Trunks.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So right now you can check out Saiyan Armored Trunks by Satsui, right? Or Satsu, excuse me, on Fighters mods. So we got the post-cell games. No, pre-cell games, post-hyperbolic time chamber Armored Trunks. Looks like he's rocking the same color schemes as Vegeta, right? Mm-hmm. Like these are all Vegeta's color schemes. I mean, father like son. Yeah. It works out. Yeah, that's the one that Goichi likes to play too. That golden Vegeta.
I'm not a fan of Trunks, but I do like Trunks as he ages. Just as a story standpoint. Mm-hmm. But no, that looks amazing. Yeah, that would make me use him. Even though I heard
does Vegeta have this one too?
Amazing. Yeah, he does. Yeah, okay. Yeah. That's his
color 12.
Is that number 12? Yeah.
All right, cool. He also did change the UI
wow.
as well, as you can tell. There is a difference here.
That is pretty sick. It's sort of like the Gohan one we saw a couple
Yes,
weeks ago.
exactly. There are some.
That looks weird though.
Yeah, I was gonna say this isn't 100. He has to update a couple things because the shading on it. I think he used Vegeta's like body shading to kind of get that because Vegeta just wears it's the exact same armor.
Yeah.
So he's using that information because you can tell like the sword actually doesn't go over his shoulder here.
Okay.
There's an actual opening.
Yeah, that's weird.
There's updates coming down the line. By the
Whoa,
way,
what a stage!
Shout outs to Snake Way. As soon as I find the model that did that, or actually the complete version, I'll post that up as well. But yeah, you can get this right now on Fighters Mods. Like I said, it changes every little aspect of it. Same armor, cool. Trunks, pretty solid plus. I give it a solid 7 once he updates like the lighting issue and the sword
I think I wish you could change
better.
the hair or at least update the hair to be longer after.
Oh, you get him that one?
Yeah.
Well, maybe this will spark
when Cell
it.
put a hole in Vegeta's trunks. Sorry, I just love that joke.
Wow, okay. All right, so following that, we have a second mod. As soon as I get a chance to flip that. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. So this one was actually a really cool one. I hope I don't butcher my man's name. Mathis.
That's his
Ribe
mod?
18. His mod is mod is a classic TV filter, a color filter. So it looks like the original colors from the show.
I thought the mod was Android 16's outfit was his head.
No,
okay,
it's horrible. So he actually, he modded the actual color. So like it changed the contrast, but he threw on a couple other filters to give it that old animation look from the original show. Because if you look at Super versus the old shows, there's a little more shininess. There's a little more like I don't want to say artificial, but like there's a little more clean lines in Super than it is in the original one because these were hand painted, so they kind of look different.
That's cool.
But yeah, the contrast seems to have gone up a little bit, but the blacks aren't as prominent as they are in the game itself. But it looks really good regardless.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it looks really, really awesome. So
you can everything already looked, good. How Guilty Gear looked, and everything looked good, and how it was like anime, but sort of not. It wasn't cell shaded like Budokai.
This looks very hand drawn.
Yeah,
like this looks like it was just painted by somebody. So yeah, it looks really good, especially the Goku once he powers up. Yeah, exactly. It just looks really solid. And of course, Majin Buu. He looks, like I said, he's a good example. He looks a little more polished. Yeah. Like I know, not to say like better looking, but he literally looks like he's been buffed out in the new version, in the actual game.
What I love is that it takes those silhouettes that are straight from the show, from the cartoon, and with this sort of color palette, just
like this looks like a
screenshot.
This looks like a screenshot from the show.
Brings it to life, man.
It's pretty wild.
What's the next photo?
One more. There's one more. There's uno más. Oh, when he dropped.
Can you? Was there? What was the one with the cell one early on? Is it the? No, next one. Yeah, that's the face.
That one was pretty good.
That's the face. Oh goodness.
That's pretty good, right?
That's the face when Gohan gave him chills and us.
Yeah. So yeah, Matthews, I guess Matthews Ribe 18 over in Fighters Mods, dude. Awesome mod. It looks really good. You can get it right now. For the nostalgia fans, as he says. But you do need to, he says for the perfect cell, he actually makes notes here, for the perfect cell to make sure he looks right, get the what is it? The full manga pack, mod from Kitiko 78. He lists it here. It just makes it look, I guess, a little bit better. I guess the original cell color, something about it kind of shifts his mod a little bit. So you need to put another mod to make sure this one works. So it's like a two-piece. It's a two-hitter.
Yeah.
But yeah. So once again, guys, these are mods only for the PC. So unfortunately, if you're playing this on PlayStation 4 only or Xbox or whatever else is on, you will not be able to get these. You have to be on a PC. And of course, you also need to disable your anti-cheat or whatever settings they are. Gotta ask Meza which settings they are because usually test these.
I don't remember what I was gonna say, but I've had a great time.
Good. Because we're at the end of our show.
Aww.
Thanks a lot, guys, for hanging out with us. Another week.
Yes.
CEO is down. Evo is coming up. Oh, and speaking of Evo, that reminded me. So, just some quick news. For those that have checked us out on Twitter, follow me on Twitter. You'll see some of the artwork that we have going on.
What's your Twitter again?
I don't know. It's like right down here. There you go. You can find it right there. For those that actually have been following and are privy to certain subreddits, we had some work commissioned for some artwork for Doubletap, and we got the first one sent out, and the internet seems to love it a lot. Thanks a lot for the love. We appreciate it. We're actually very humbled that Lariato Corp decided to, we actually reached out and he wanted to work with us. So we were very, very humble that he took on our request to actually do some work for us.
Yes.
he just loves working on FGC stuff, so it just kind of worked out for us.
Dude,
But
so
make sure to
much
follow
fun.
us on Twitter because there are 2 other pieces coming down the line, and you'll see some sneak peeks there beforehand. Maybe we'll show it on the next show as well.
Yeah, definitely.
But besides that, Evo, that was the big announcement, is that we will be, as in Doubletap itself, we will be out at Evo this year.
Yes.
I know you're already going to be there for
Yes,
sure,
of
no matter
course.
what.
Yes.
But it was like last minute. I got the word to get sent out, so I will be out in Vegas. We'll be filming. We'll be doing interviews.
Yeah.
If you see me running around with a camera guy, like and you're just a fan of the show or just want to say hi, feel free to say hi. Like I have no issues whatsoever. Can hang out. Maybe we'll put you in front of a camera just to say a couple things because we're doing some work for the Evo and Evo Japan experience because we both actually happen to be able to go to Evo Japan, so we're kind of doing some footage.
Yeah. We're gonna bring you some
content.
comparisons, kind
Exactly.
of thing. You know,
Exactly.
compared to Evo Japan, Evo. This is your first Evo.
This will be my first Evo. I've had Evo in my sights for the longest time, for as long as I've been in the community. It's just, real life sometimes hits you with the options to like that you literally have no answer to, and you have to hold that. So I'll actually be able to go.
Your feet wet.
Yeah, it's gonna be great to see this
in the driest of deserts.
because Japan was like a very different experience, a good experience, mind you. It's just very different. And I've gone through many majors, so I'm used to like all those aspects from locals, from someone's house all the way up to a major, but I haven't done that Evo experience yet. So I'm very interested into seeing how it is now. So we will be out there, and like I said, if you guys are gonna be out there too, feel free to shout us out on Twitter if you want to say hi or something like that.
Yeah.
Just come up. We're regular people, just like anybody else.
Who am I? Anyway.
Yeah, so that's gonna
Static Gorilla.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
So that's gonna do it for this show, guys. This week. Thank you very much for hanging out with us. If you are here live on Twitch or listening on the go on the podcast of your choice, you can, if you want to check out the podcast, if you haven't been able to watch it live, you can check us out on podcasts on many different platforms such as iTunes, Apple Podcasts for iOS, Google Play Music, Overcast, Stitcher, Player.fm, Pocket Cast, SoundCloud, Podbean. And if you can't get to any of those, we have our RSS feeds right here on the mashthosebuttons.com website.
Agreed.
Social media, of course, you can follow me at CrashTagVS. You can follow Static Gorilla at Static Gorilla. For any kind of updates on the show or where we're at, feel free to just chat with us there.
Yes.
You can also follow Nerd Street Gamers at N3RD Street Gamers or SD Gamers. Excuse me.
Turn that E sideways.
Exactly. For the Evo footage that we're going to be doing and the product we're going to pull out for that, it will be on their YouTube page, which is youtube.com/Nerd Street Gamers.
Yes.
And, of course, follow this show, Doubletap FGC.
Real quick plug.
Okay.
For Nerd Street Gamers, there was a recent video that was uploaded about Go for Broke.
Yes.
Check out the Go for Broke. You can see our what is here, what our arena looks like.
Yeah. You can check out the monthly tournaments that we run here out in Philadelphia at Local Host Arena. Like I said, Tekken come out in droves. The collective, shout outs to them once again. They always come out and give us some hype matches, but we do have no short of Street Fighter players, Blaze Blue players, Eunice,
Get to know
XRD. Exactly. You get to see where we kind of work at, where we do our thing. And if you're interested in coming out, it might be a good way of checking it out so you can see our awesome monitors that we use, Zowies, and our awesome Cougar chairs and all that other stuff. It is. It's fun. It's a great environment to come, learn, play, get your lumps on, and leave a better player.
And get rid of those nerves.
That too. That's the other thing. You come out here for Go for Broke. We put you really. It doesn't matter if it's 8 people or 80 people. You get the same treatment. You'll be put on stage. It'll feel just like as if you were going to a major. It's the same format, so you kind of can get that feeling and gotta, like you said, get those nerves out of you, so you get used to it.
So you can go 2 and 2 instead of 1 and 2.
Correct.
No, stop it.
Of course.
We have a great caliber of players, but
yes,
that's just a thing that we have here. Go check out the YouTube channel.
Yes, youtube.com/Nerd Street Gamers. And, of course, twitter.com/MTB sites for Mash Those Buttons and Doubletap FGC to follow this show specifically. Facebook.com/Mash Those Buttons. And what's the other one? Oh, yeah, YouTube. Yeah, Mash Those Buttons on YouTube as well. You can join us on Discord, too. We lurk. We tend to lurk a lot. Discord.me/Mash Those Buttons for MTB. And, of course, Nerd Street Gamers is, I believe it's discord.gg/Nerd Street Gamers, where we have all our other communities there that you can connect with, Overwatch, whatever. And speaking of Overwatch, you can also check out Watchpoint Radio and all our other shows on the Mash Those Buttons website. Right there on Discord, you can chat with other people from other communities. Go check out our other content there as well. And the best way you guys can contact us, whether it be on whatever platform you're on, feel free to leave a comment below there or reviews and feedback. We're always open to the feedback that you guys give us. We tend to, take it to heart very well. I kind of say it all the time. You know, as soon as we get something new in, we tend to put them out on the show because we like to hear what we're doing good, what we're doing bad, and what we can improve on. And that comes from you guys.
Yes.
And, yeah, you guys have been awesome with it. So thank you very much for that. And keep them coming. Keep them coming.
Nash Super, thank you.
Mash Super on Wake Up. Thank you. And, of course, another way you can support is mashing that share button.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
Shares, retweets, likes, tagging anyone you think might be interested in the show, whether it be on Twitter, on Facebook. Any of those really helps us out because it kind of helps engage more people for us and get more people interested into the fighting game community because at the end of the day, that's what we want. We want it to grow, whether it be going through the show here or having people come out to tournaments to play, playing a game they might not have liked, such as, hey, Kenny Omega picking up Eunice, now out in CEO, that kind of stuff.
The game to play,
you know, that's what happens when you get wrapped around with people that got the same passion and love for it. So
watch out. You know, Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle came out. This might be the same as Marvel Infinite. What if that game dies and then Eunice pops up again? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I hope every game does well. But, man, Eunice is making a revival. Just saying.
It really is. Real dedicated crew. Real dedicated crew. But once again, guys, thanks a lot for hanging out with us this week's episode. I am Crash Tag.
I am Static Gorilla.
And we'll see you guys next round.
Bye.